Hey guys, welcome back to Wix Fix. I hope you're having a fantastic day. In today's video, we'll be comparing Wix and Squarespace to see which web builder is best for you. For the best comparison, we'll be comparing these web builders by ease of use, apps, flexibility, SEO, support, and price. But before we get into the video, I do want to mention that we are trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you are new around here or you've been around for a while, then I want to challenge you to subscribe to the channel. It would really help out a lot. But let's go ahead and get started with the first comparison, which is ease of use. If you used Wix before, you know that Wix is a drag and drop editor. This means you can easily select elements that you want to use, place them anywhere that you want on your site, and edit the design of those elements. However, with Squarespace, it is a little less freeform than Wix. Squarespace is built on a more grid system that you can add specific elements to. This makes changing the design a little bit more complicated and limited, especially if you're not entirely familiar with how Squarespace works. Another note to make is that Wix allows you to save your work without publishing, whereas with Squarespace, there is no option to save. Once you're done editing, the changes are live on the site. Lastly is mobile web design. As you may know, about 50% of the users that come to your site will be on some sort of mobile device, so it is very important to make sure that the mobile version of your site looks professional. Wix's mobile editor definitely is more refined and easier to edit in. If you want to add a little space between some elements, that is so much easier in the drag and drop style editor. Because of this, I do have to give this point to Wix. Now let's talk about apps. Both Wix and Squarespace, and just about every single web builder in general, have the ability to add apps. Now, unlike WordPress, you can create really nice websites without the need of additional apps. The only thing to note is that in Wix, for the most part, you will not need an app to be able to accomplish just about anything that you're trying to do. Whereas in Squarespace, you may need to add certain apps to accomplish something specific. And you cannot add apps to the actual site without code. Most apps in Squarespace, which are actually called extensions, are mostly for back-end website use only. For this, I will have to give the point to Wix. Now let's talk about website flexibility. For this comparison, typically we have been using flexibility as a way to compare how far you can push the design of your sites. I will say that Squarespace sites typically always look really professional. Again, this is mostly because their editor is not as freeform and it's a little bit harder to mess up. However, with Wix, you can accomplish websites that look identical while still having the creative freedom to add whatever you want wherever you want. This does come with a caveat because it can be easier to make something look a little less professional. If you would not classify yourself as a creative person, then it can be easier to somewhat create sites that don't look as nice. But even if I was not a creative person, I would just hate the limitation. So because of this, I would still probably choose Wix over Squarespace just for the creative freedom. For this comparison, I would also like to discuss e-commerce. There's a lot of talk between which service provides you with the better e-commerce experience. Neither Wix or Squarespace started as an e-commerce platform service. However, both now have the option to create stunning e-commerce websites. For the design aspect of e-commerce, I will say that Squarespace seems to be a little bit more professional. However, in Wix, if you know what you're doing, then you can create your own e-commerce experience for your site. Yes, Wix offers e-commerce elements that will be completely sufficient, but you also have the creative freedom to design your own custom shop and product pages if you don't like the ones that Wix provides. I would also like to mention that Wix includes some pretty robust SEO settings for each product that can really help you stand out in search engines. So this point is going to Wix. And as we were just talking about SEO, let's go ahead and start comparing the SEO between Wix and Squarespace. Almost all websites rely on SEO or search engine optimization to rank higher in search engines like Google. Without a doubt, I believe Wix provides you with better SEO tools that will help you rank higher in Google. Not only can you add SEO to the pages, elements on the pages, but Wix also provides you with something called an SEO whiz that basically walks you through some of the best SEO practices to make sure your site is fully optimized. Not to say that you can't rank high on Google with a Squarespace website, but the SEO tools just aren't as robust as Wix and will not walk you step by step to make sure that your site's SEO is the best it can be. For obvious reasons, I will be giving this point to Wix. Now let's talk about support. Support is a very serious topic when it comes to websites. If a web builder has an issue that is affecting your business, then you need to be able to contact the proper people to resolve the issue in a timely manner. With both Wix and Squarespace, they both offer email, phone, and live chat. Both have teams that are very knowledgeable on the platforms and will be able to assist you. With that being said, both get a point. And last but not least, let's talk about price. If you have used Wix in the past, then you know that Wix offers a free editor. Now, this is still not recommended for legitimate companies because you will want to connect your own custom domain and remove the Wix ad at the top. However, this is specifically good in the times when I'm designing websites for clients. Once I am done with the web design, then we can upgrade to the premium plan and they can get a full year's use of the premium plan. And that's if they choose to go with the annual plan. However, with Squarespace, you will need one of their paid plans just to access the editor. This is not ideal in the times when you just want to test the service or you don't want to pay until the website design is complete. But with that out the way, let's also talk about the actual prices for the services. Wix's cheapest plan starts at $14 a month and Squarespace starts at $12 a month. Even though Squarespace is $2 cheaper, I believe Wix is a lot less limited and is worth the extra $2. Now the prices are continuously changing for both services, so these prices will eventually be outdated. But because Wix seems to have more value in the pricing, I do believe that Wix is worth the money and will get my point for this comparison as well. In conclusion, Wix is a much more flexible web builder. It allows you to be creative and helps boost your SEO. If you specifically want to use Squarespace just for something like a blog, then that platform may be a good option. But if you're a legitimate business, then I will say Wix is the better choice by far. But that basically wraps it up for the video today. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on Wix and Squarespace. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing for more Wix content coming out really soon. Thank you again, and I'll see you all in the next one.